Random Friday Live. So as promised, we're going live to demold and finish up the projects that were done on Wednesday's live video. So for anyone watching this later on replay, this is a live video. The whole point's for me to be able to chit chat with people, answer questions, etc. If that's not your kind of video, please feel free to not watch. But please do not leave comments such as "you talk too much" and "stop talking to everybody," because that's just rude. Okay. So I already demolded this one. I couldn't wait. So I'm just going to show you guys that one. This is the bowl, and I think it's so pretty. I love this mold because you can probably see, but it's textured. And we've got those stars in there. Oh, and for those of you who are here live, please say hi in the chat box. Let me know where you're watching from. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And if you're having a fantastic time, feel free to super chat, super sticker, join as a member, yada, yada, yada. Hey, Sharon, welcome. So I'll probably end up showing these a couple of times because people are tuning in. But here is the bowl. Hey, Susan. Hey, John. Hey, Irene. And I friggin' love it. I had a little bit of a scare because as I demolded it, it was a little bit soft, but I think I was just early and now it's perfect. So I freaked myself out. I was like, did I not mix the resin well enough? But it looks amazing now. Okay, so there's the bowl. Let's go ahead. I'm going to do these one at a time because I am doing a separate video so that those of you who can't make it to the live can still see the full thing. Hello from California. Where is Sonia? I've never even heard of that. Oh no, Sonia from California. I thought you were saying you were from Sonia, California. I was like, I've never heard of that city. I lived in California my whole life. But then I put 2 and 2 together and figured it out. All right. There we go. Okay. Oh, also let me get this pulled up on the computer so I can see you guys in the chat box. Okay. View your channel. There I am, live. All right. Hello from Georgia. Welcome. Okay, so these ones, this is one of my favorite sets of molds. And one of the reasons I like it is because it's got this little lip here, which I think is super cute. It's also just a little bit deeper. And look how pretty those are. I feel like the angle here is a little annoying. Sorry, let me see if I can fix that, especially before I get started on those dominoes, which are probably the most important part. I'm going to zoom in a little. Here we go. Ooh, not bad at all. Not bad. Okay. Hopefully that is better. Let's close up here now that we've zoomed in. So see those stars? Super cute. And the sparkle. Love it. Another great thing about these coasters is while this does have that lip, and this is the direction it's intended, you could always use it on the other direction too. It doesn't matter. There's no rules. So put it upside down if you want. There we go. Super cute, galactic. And now for the fun part. The dominoes. Hey, Trisha. Okay. So as suggested in the live video, I did a darker blue for the background. I used the Alumilite blue dye. Now I kind of regret not adding something else into it. I did add some of the diamond dust, but I think I should have done a little bit more. You probably can't see it, but they are slightly transparent. Oh yeah, you kind of can see it. So that's not terrible, but if you have a serious player, they might be like, oh, I can tell which one is which. I still can't, but anyways. Demolding, super duper easy. Super cute. I love these. Whee. I think demolding is like one of the most fun parts of the whole process. And they should just come right out of the mold. No mold release or anything needed. Now I'm not going to do dots on all of these because we don't have that kind of time. But I'll show you guys a few things about these. And then we'll do a close-up, of course. Okay. So that's it. Your mold should come out perfectly clean other than sometimes a few tiny little pieces of dried resin, which you can easily peel off. So you shouldn't need to like clean this. One thing you can do, which I sometimes do, is you can take like a lint roller and go over the top here, which can get all these little pieces. But I am even saving these little pieces for something. So I'll go over that in a minute. And then you'll also sometimes have some that are like stuck to the sides. They peel off super duper easy. Yeah. So there we go. All right. So for the dots, I like to use an oil-based paint marker. You can use acrylic. You can also just use regular acrylic paint. Some people like to do the rhinestones. I personally very much dislike rhinestones in general, so I don't do that. But if you like rhinestones, ain't nothing wrong with that. You can put those in there. But I like to use, like I said, just an oil paint marker. This is from Amazon. It's really inexpensive. And let's shake it up. I'm going to go with white for these because black will, I think, be too dark. And the white will have a nice contrast. So we're just going to fill it in. Do not worry about getting it on the outside of the dots or anything like that. If you really wanted to, you could get a thinner marker for the line, but it's kind of pointless and too much work. Either way, you're going to have to remove some excess paint, okay? So I'll do, let's say, maybe 3 or 4 of these. And then I'll show you the next step. And guys, this is your time with me, so feel free to ask any and all questions. I will do my best to answer them if I feel like it. I hope you guys know my sense of humor. I really do. Hi from Indiana. Hey, Kim. Hey from Virginia. Hello from Oklahoma. We got Florida in the house. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this fabulous Friday night. Fabulous. Okay. Let's do a few more. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't yet done so. Also, please consider checking out my YouTube memberships. Every little bit helps. Let's go ahead and do, this doesn't take very long. It may seem a little bit tedious, but it really doesn't take long. And it's always fun to see them done. Aw, thanks, Susan. I appreciate you a lot. Let's do 2 more, I swear, just 2 more. Peel off those little extra pieces. Hello from Minnesota. Welcome. All right, so I will typically do them all at once. In this case, I'm not doing all of them, just a few. Doing some alcohol ink ornaments. Do they need to be sealed? Typically they don't. I usually don't. but you could. And they're pretty glossy on their own, so that's totally up to you, but I usually don't seal my alcohol ink ornaments. Because they're not going to be getting any water near them, I hope. Okay, so the next step, I'm going to take some 91% isopropyl alcohol. It doesn't, in fact, matter that it is 91%. It could be any isopropyl alcohol for this. I just always have 91% on hand. I'm going to spritz paper towel. And that, hello from Australia, is going to wipe off the excess perfectly. And so I'll usually do a few. After doing a few, you'll get kind of a buildup of marker on your paper towel, and it'll start to look like you're kind of just smearing that ink around, in which case you just can fold it and keep going, adding more alcohol as needed. Hello from Myrtle Beach. Ooh, I love Myrtle Beach. One of my favorite places. Used to go on family vacations there a lot. Well, more like Holden Beach area, but okay. Just a little bit more for these guys. And then I'm going to show you guys a close-up. And you can watch the replay of the live video on Wednesday where I made these, but I am going to make this into a regular video as well, if you want to wait for that. Okay, these are so pretty. All right, let me bring you guys in for a close-up here on these guys. And then I'll tell you guys a few more things that I do here. Okay. So, look how pretty those are. And you can probably tell that they're a little bit see-through. Very tiny bit. So it would have to take some serious dedication on someone to try to see through to cheat in your game. So don't play with any people who like to cheat. Very, very pretty. All right, so another common question I get is, what about the back? You can probably see, hey, Erin, there's a slight lip there. All right, I don't leave them like that because that can be rather sharp. I am not liking this close-up of my hands. So I just take a little bit of sandpaper typically, and I just sand those down. You can also take a deburring tool. I don't have one with me, but it's like a little kind of hook, and you just go along the edge and it takes it right off. If you want, you can use a Dremel or a variety of tools. I usually just take a little bit of sandpaper and just, doesn't particularly matter what grit, but if you use something above 220, you'll be there forever. So use something like probably in between 100 and 220, you'll be good. I mean, maybe 300 or 320 or whatever. But yeah, and then that's it. They are ready to go, ready to use. Now, if you don't actually play dominoes, these can be purely decorative, and also you can make them into other things. I've made them into keychains, which is really cute. You can make them into necklaces. I've made them into a wind chime. Let me see if I want to show you guys that. It's actually hanging up outside my house. Okay, don't judge any mess. We're going to go on a little field trip because I really want to show you this domino wind chime. Zooming out. Trying to think what's the least messy route. You're going to see the ground for just a second because we're going to ignore all car license plates and stuff. Here we go. And it has been sitting outside for a few years now, actually. So even in the weather, it's been okay. It's a little worn because we've had a lot of rain and stuff. But I I made this, used like a coaster mold, and I drilled holes and used chains. So it's not the loudest wind chime, it's more just cute. But that's just another idea of something that you can do with the dominoes. Back to the ground. Oh, while we're out here, here's the pumpkin I painted for Halloween. He's so cute. Okay. Yeah. So that's just another thing you can do with the dominoes. And then I wanted to show you guys just one more thing before we end off. So I was talking about these little pieces that I get from the sides. And what I do with those, because I like to try to use every single little bit of everything. Why not, right? So I've got actually a cup, and I keep them. So you can see there's all different colors in here. There's some clear, some black, some red. And I will just add those to that cup. And when it gets a little bit more full, this will become a very funky and awesome coaster. So I'm going to put these in a resin coaster. And that's that. I think that's everything then. Hope you guys enjoyed your field trip. Hopefully it didn't make anyone dizzy. All right, that's all I have for today. Does anyone have any other questions or comments or anything before I end off? So I think a little bit of a smaller crowd here in the chat box than usual because it's not the normal time that I go live. But I told y'all I would go live to do the next step of these projects. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, that was a really fun project to make. I had the idea and I went with it, and I know now also like ways that I can make it even better than I did, but still really happy with how it came out. Okay, in that case, have a fantastic Friday night and a fantastic weekend, and I will see you. Hopefully I'll see you guys on my Facebook Live video tomorrow, if you guys can make it. Otherwise, I'll see you next Wednesday on the regular YouTube Live. Bye for now.